January 2019. Nairobi, Kenya. A woman's body is discovered near Mango Dam in Juja. She has severe head injuries. Signs of strangulation. Her body dumped like trash. That woman was 39-year-old Mary Wambui Komangura. A wife, a mother, a businesswoman, and the victim of one of Nairobi's most shocking love triangle murders. The marriage that started with an affair. Mary was married to Joseph Correa, a businessman in the timber industry. They lived at Safari Park Gardens with their children. But Mary was not Joseph's first wife. Before her, there was Grace, the woman who stood by Joseph when his business was struggling. They had a daughter together. Life was hard. Money was tight. Then Joseph secured a lucrative government contract worth millions of Kenyan shillings to supply electric poles. Suddenly, he was rich. And suddenly, he was distant. During his travels, Joseph met Mary. What began as an affair soon ended his first marriage. He left Grace and married Mary. The very woman he had once described as just a friend. Mary became the new wife. But the pattern didn't change. A serial cheat. Joseph did not become faithful after marrying Mary. He had another affair. And another. One of those affairs was with a woman named Grace Wahu, not his first wife, a different Grace. That relationship produced a child. Mary fought to keep her marriage intact. She confronted him. She forced him to cut off relationships. She protected her home fiercely. And for a while, it worked. Until Judy entered the picture. Judy was a struggling single mother Joseph met at a car wash. She sold food and did odd jobs to survive. Joseph began helping her financially. Then he got her a job as a cashier in one of Mary's shops. That's how Judy entered Mary's world. Under Mary's nose, the affair grew. Joseph paid Judy's rent. Bought her a car identical to Mary's. Opened a drinks shop for her. Funded her lifestyle completely. Judy wasn't just a side chick. She believed she was the wife. She even created a secret Facebook account where she posted photos with Joseph, presenting herself as Mrs. Correa. But then Mary noticed changes again. Joseph was distant. Careful with his phone. Emotionally withdrawn. Mary confronted him, and as before, Joseph stepped back from Judy. The money slowed. The visits reduced. Judy was furious. Not because she lost money, but because she lost status. In her mind, Mary was in the way. January 26, 2019, they set up. Joseph was out of town. That afternoon, Judy drove to Mary's house in a rented car. She rang the doorbell. Mary's young son answered. Judy said she was looking for Joseph. Mary came to the door and recognized her former employee. There was no hostility. No visible tension. Somehow, Judy convinced Mary to go out with her. They went to Homeland Restaurant along Tycho Road. They ate together. They laughed. They took photos. One photo even showed them sharing food. It looked harmless. But Judy already knew what she was planning. The trap. After the restaurant, Mary drove Judy in her own Mercedes-Benz. They stopped briefly at a mall. Then Mary drove to Judy's apartment at Fourways Junction. That was the last confirmed sighting of Mary alive. Inside the apartment, everything changed. Mary saw furniture identical to her own. The same car model Joseph bought her. Framed photos of Joseph and Judy displayed openly. The truth hit her all at once. Her former employee was her husband's mistress. An argument erupted. Words escalated. Accusations flew. Then violence. The murder. According to investigators, Judy grabbed a pressure cooker and struck Mary on the head. Mary collapsed. Judy then strangled her until she stopped breathing. Mary Wambui Komangura died on the floor of her husband's mistress's apartment. They covered up. Judy wrapped the body in bed sheets and carpet. She drove Mary's Mercedes-Benz back to Homeland Restaurant and parked it there to mislead investigators. Then she returned home and called Michael Gay, a car hire operator who had rented her a vehicle earlier. When Michael arrived, he found a dead body. Police say Judy pressured him into helping dispose of it. They placed Mary's body in the boot of her own car. In the early hours of January 27th, they drove toward Juja. At one police checkpoint, only Michael's car was searched. Judy's Mercedes was waved through. They dumped Mary's body near Mango Dam, then abandoned the vehicle elsewhere. Discovery and arrest. Mary's body was discovered later that Sunday. Joseph returned home and could not find her. He initially believed she was angry with him. The next day, he saw online reports about a body found at a dam. He went to the scene and was immediately arrested as the prime suspect. But digital evidence told a different story. Phone records, GPS data, CCTV footage, forensic analysis. Joseph was not present at the crime scene. Investigators traced Mary's final movements to Judy's apartment. Blood evidence was recovered. Michael was arrested. Judy was charged with murder. She attempted to blame Joseph, claiming he paid her to keep quiet. Investigators found no proof of that claim. The autopsy confirmed blunt force trauma, strangulation, homicide. Aftermath. Mary was buried on March 2, 2019. Judy and Michael were charged in court. Joseph was cleared of direct involvement. One woman dead. One woman facing life imprisonment. One man alive at the center of it all. The tragic irony. Mary entered Joseph's life as the other woman. She fought hard to keep him. She defended her marriage fiercely. But in the end, she walked into the home of another woman who wanted the same man. And she never came back. The hard lesson. This story is not just about jealousy. It is about obsession, infidelity, ego, competition, and the dangerous illusion of ownership over someone who was never faithful to begin with. Mary lost her life. Judy lost her freedom. And Joseph lost nothing.